Perfect.
All right, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and hook this faucet onto this cold line here. So I love these. I don't know if you can see this. These shark bite. These shark bites. They're so easy to use, and I've got very little room in here. I'm gonna have to try to work this out, and I'm hoping there's not gonna be any water in this line. I don't think there will, because I don't think there was any in the last one. Let's see. Nope. All right. So what I do is do this. You got to hold the pipe good, and you got to push down on it real good. I'll see it just went on more. That's the only problem with these shark bites, is if you don't get them on there all the way, they will pop off. Okay, I think that's gonna just reach my faucet, I hope. If not, I'll have to get another bigger line. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this one here, and I'm gonna get an offset to fit down there on the pipe. That's going to bring this up closer to over here. And then what I'll do is I'll run my, right here, if you can see my thumb, can you see this? This is where my sink will run into. And then, guys, I'm going to put another one similar to this right above it. And I'm going to run this, I'm going to run that, see that pressure relief valve right there?
Yes.
It's, none of my other hot water on demands had that. They didn't have a pressure relief valve like that. I don't know why this one does, unless it stores some water to try to help it out so that it'll, you know, heat water better, because it's only a 110. But then that's what I'm gonna do. And then at the top, let me get out here and I'll show you what I'm gonna do at the top. Now this is, I've used these before. Let me show you this. I'm sorry about the jumping around. I just spilled all those screws. Let me show you this thing. Look at this. I bought this. I'll find it in a minute. Hold on. I think it's in here. No, where did it go? Hang on. It's one of those valves. Let's see, what did I do with it? Oh, they're in this bucket, in this pack. I'm sorry, y'all. Look right here. What this does right here, this thing here, I'm gonna put this on the top of that pipe right there. And what this does is this allows air to suck down in, but it keeps sewage fumes from coming back out. And it's, you can kind of get by with this instead of having a vent line. So that I've used them before and I've had good luck with them. So that's what I'm going to do. Anyway, that's going to be it for right now. I got to get some parts. So I'll get back with you later. All right, guys, I'm back. Had to go work some things out. I had to get some fittings and stuff. What I've done here is, originally I was going to try to put my drain pipe down here. I was going to try to kick it back to this wall and come up, but it turns out that it's actually going to be better coming forward. Let me show you what I've got here. Let me show you this confunction I've got here. What I had to do is I had to put this I don't know, 22 or whatever it is, with a piece of pipe over here. And then what I've got to do is I've got to have an inlet. I have to have an inlet for the drain on the sink. But now, what's the kink in my plan is I also need something to put the pressure relief valve into, so that if it releases pressure, it'll blow it down into the plumbing here. So what I ended up doing is I turned it around this way instead, because this way was going to give me more room for my plumbing, and it was going to allow me to push the hot water heater all the way to the back of the cabinet, which when you open that door, there's not going to be any real room for storage or anything.
Storage will be in.
But you do have the two drawers here, so you do have two drawers to work with. And again, this is just like a guest stayover type thing. This is not something that you're going to be living in. But what I've got here, here's what I've got to do. All right, I've got my cold water coming up right here. This one here is my cold water, and then this one I've got a piece of tape on. You know, I just used all blue because that's what I had. And I marked this one. Okay, so this hot one's got to come over here and connect into the top of the hot water dilly. And what that's actually going to do is hot water is going to be coming out of the heater, going into this pipe. Now this pipe, goes down through the floor and across, and it comes up to the hot water manifold that's in the wall here behind me. And what I was going to do is I was going to run a separate line from the manifold for the hot water side of the sink. This is the cold water side, and I still have to have a hot water side. So what I decided to do was, when I come off of this, off of the hot water here with this, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a valve, a hot water valve in this line here. Okay, instead of having another line run, and that line's going to be directly, that feeds this sink is going to come directly off of this, which is not going to be any big deal at all. Long as you're feeding the hot water, that's all that you need. And now I'm supposed to, it talks about having a drain pan down in the bottom of this, but I've got 2 of these that I've been using for a long time, and none of them have a drain pan. And I haven't had any problems. So obviously, if you have a leak, you know, you're going to have a leak anyway. I did not have a good way to put a drain pan in. There's no room. I'm dealing with a lot of room. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the blow-off valve. It's going to come from here, and it's going to come and hook in. Can you see this? It's going to hook in right here. And then on the top here, on this top part here, I've got this valve here. Let me see if I can open it up for you, show you what it is. What this is going to do for me, because I did not have really any room to run any vent pipe, what this is going to do for me, let me show you when I get this off of here. And I don't have to get it off. Anyway, what it is what this is this is a relief valve, and this valve will allow air to come in, but it shuts off when back pressure hits it. So what it does is it keeps you from smelling any exhaust, any dookie fumes, for lack of a better word. And what it's going to do is it's going to go right on top here. I'm going to get a 2-inch to 1.5 inches right here, and that's what I'm going to put. Or either I'm just going to get a piece that goes in here with these threads on it, and then this will go right on the top here. And this will basically, whenever you drain or flush, and you need water, you know, that way you don't have any back pressure or anything holding the water from going down. Now, you may be looking at this, and you see I've got 2-inch pipe here. Probably should have had 1-inch pipe, but 2 inches what I had. You know, I'm trying to get by with what I've got, and 2 inches what I use, so I am having to reduce down. Like right here, I got this is a 2-inch to 2-inch T with a 1.5 inch outlet right here. And then let me show you what's going to work there. Then you got this piece here. Which is what your P-trap goes into. See that piece of paper when you take that out? It's got a ring here on the inside of it. When you tighten it down, this inside ring here tightens up against the pipe that goes in, and this is going to go right here. So this drain pipe that comes out is going to go in right here, and that's how that's going to work. So right now I put the 2 PEX fittings on top of here. I got the PEX fitting on here, I got a PEX fitting in here, and I've got all this glued together except for down at the very bottom. I didn't glue the bottom yet because I want to wait and see what my sink configuration is going to be, because I still have room to turn this some if I need to, you know, one way or the other. And I may have to remake it completely if it doesn't work out like I think. So anyway, my next step is going to be I need to get the sink in here and set it on here and try to take a look at it and see what it looks like as far as how I'm going to do my P-trap. So I'll get back to you in just a second when I get ready to do that. I just got y'all all closed off into the cabinet. I'm just setting this up here for now. I'm going to kind of take a look at it and see.
Do you need these?
I don't need you to get rid of them. I will need them, but not this very second. Let's see. All right, folks. You get this bag of stuff here for your P-trap. This is the cheapest. This is the cheapest stuff, but guess what, guys? I don't have a I thought we bought a faucet, but we can't find one. So we don't think we bought one. Let's see.
We thought it came in the thing.
I thought it came with this sink. I mean, with this cabinet and everything, but apparently it didn't.
Or it disappeared.
Or either, if it did, we didn't get it somehow. All right, see, this is gonna come. This is gonna come here. It's gonna go in here like this. Well, I say that. Actually,
I'm going down there to look just in case.
let's see. Okay. Yeah, this goes on here like this. And then I don't know if you can see what I'm doing. Let me see how this is going to work out. I may take that back off and try. Let's see. Okay, yeah, I think it's going to work out. Look, see, it's going to go in here. Now, I can cut this down. Let's see. Uh-oh, I do have to remember I got a drawer there. But, yeah, that's going, I think that's going, look, it's got a an accordion to it. See that? Look, accordion. This is just not what you expect to be under your sink, right? Okay, look at that. See, that's going to go right there, just like that. But now, obviously, this blue line's going to be out of the way. I'm just trying to make sure that this is going to work out for me before I glued this in. And it looks like it's going to work out fine. So let me take the top off. And again, we're going to have to make another trip to go and get a sink, faucet, and a drain. Oh God, man! If you ever get a hurt knee, you are just going to be in trouble. You gotta be careful now because I'm gonna break the door off to the cabinet. Okay. All right, we'll set this right here. All right. So I think I'm gonna be all right to glue this in. Sure do. I think we're gonna be fine. If anything, I might move it over just a little bit like that. I think we'll be good. All right. Let's see. Let me get my glue because I'm gluing that baby on. Y'all, let me grab it. Hold on, I'll be right back. Guys, I got something. I don't know what it was. I got something, some kind of sickness, and it was just stupid. It was after working on this bunkie, and it's like a little sore throat, kind of, but. Actually, it was like a cough. It was like a cough that just like a tickle in your throat. And man, I've had this for 2 or 3 weeks now, and I cannot get rid of the congestion in my throat. All right, I'm gonna glue that on right there. Let's stick this back down there, right here. All right, I got that on there like that. Okay, I'm gonna move it even over just a little bit. Okay, that looks pretty good. Okay, and then see remember this is going to be up here like this, and this is going to go to the water faucet as well as, let's see, as well as this one. Now let's see. All right, look at that. See, that's perfect. This will go in here. I just have to glue in, whoops, sorry guys. I have to glue in this little piece that has the screw fitting for that. All right, I'll come back to you in a minute. All right, guys, I'm gonna glue this little piece in here.
Yeah.
Let's see what we got here. I'm trying my best not to spill the freaking glue, man. That is gonna be a nightmare, spilling the glue. Oh my goodness gracious.
Set it down, I can't stand it.
Jesus, in your name, I pray.
No.
Let me set it right here.
Thank you.
Man, that would be the utter... Oh my goodness, I don't even want to talk about it anymore, guys.
I can't.
Okay, look, I'm gluing this little piece in. Now remember, this is the piece that's got the little part for the for that plumbing. This will tighten down on it. That will tighten down on the plumbing and give it a seal, keep it sealed, okay?